I believe this is most important. The first document I asked for was, could you please forward a copy of the document or documents by which the sovereign people of Australia, after attainment of Australian independence and sovereignty, confer or conferred executive authority on the Queen of Australia as a separate Queen from the Queen of the United Kingdom. In particular, the authority given to the Queen of the United Kingdom to appoint and empower under Section 2 of the Constitution a Governor-General to hold and exercise power under Section 61 of the Constitution. So that's a fair mouthful, but I'm basically asking where the Queen of Australia got the authority that only the Queen of the United Kingdom had to appoint governors and governor-generals under Section 2 of the Constitution and exercise that power under Section 61 of the Constitution. And I also asked him for another document. Given the High Court case Sue versus Hill 1999, in which the High Court ruled the United Kingdom to be a foreign power within the meaning of S44 of the Constitution, could you also forward copies of the document or documents which allows members of Parliament to swear allegiance to the same foreign power and sit in the Parliament? And as I read to you earlier, you see that they do exactly that. Now, his sole reply to that request for two documents was this. You have in effect asked by what authority the Governor-General now exercises the executive power of the Commonwealth. It is the Constitution itself in Section 61 which states that the executive power of the Commonwealth is exercisable by the Governor-General. Now, if it wasn't so serious, that answer would be laughable. That is not what I asked him, not at all. I quoted Section 61 of the Constitution, and I asked him where the Queen of Australia got the authority to appoint him. He has quite deliberately not mentioned any Queen. He says it is the Constitution itself which states in 61 that the executive power of the Commonwealth is exercisable by the Governor-General. Now, there's a few words at the end of that he didn't include. It reads in the Constitution, the executive power of the Commonwealth is vested in the Queen and is exercisable by the Governor-General as the Queen's representative. Now, he's deliberately left those words off because he knows there's only one Queen in this Constitution, and that Queen no longer has authority to appoint that Governor-General. And as for the second question, where they all swear allegiance, as you saw earlier, to the Queen of the United Kingdom and sit in the Parliament, totally against Section 44, made no mention of that whatsoever, no attempt to answer that at all. So that's an absolute insult to anyone's intelligence to send back that sort of thing. And I've been asking for these documents for 4 years, and this is the sort of ridiculous, insulting answers you get back. Clearly they cannot answer the question, and they certainly cannot supply the documents. And I think more and more people should take that on board. Clearly, I would think you would see by now that the Achilles heel of all this mess that we're in is the Queen of Australia. And all I have ever asked for is the truth. All I want is the truth. If we've got a problem, let's fix it. But I think you have to agree that the one thing politicians are afraid of is the truth. Now, I've been at this for quite a while, and I used to fight separate individual laws and so on, and total waste of time, total waste of time. So I drew here the government illegal tree, and I've got the branches there, and I've got them numbered Law 1, Law 2, Law 3. Now, they can be any law you like. For instance, I know local government is causing a lot of trouble, and that Law 1 could be the Local Government Act, for instance, and you could fight that one. Now, you can spend the rest of your life, and all your money, I might add, trying to cut branches off that tree. But I can assure you, the one thing that tree can do is grow another branch very quickly. Now, down the bottom, I've drawn the taproot, the Queen of Australia. Cut that taproot, the tree will die. And that seems to me to be a far, far better proposition than trying to fight individual laws and push your own little wheelbarrows. Now, I know there are a lot of groups fighting individual laws and doing just exactly that, pushing their own barrows, and they are to be commended. Anyone who's doing anything is to be commended, because unfortunately over 90% of the population couldn't care less. But I would really implore you to please look at the bigger picture, the Queen of Australia. That is clearly the weak link. She clearly does not have authority to appoint governors and governor-generals. And you have to remember, the Governor-General prorogues the Parliament, he issues the writ for the election, he swears in the new Parliament, and not only that, no Parliament, state or federal, passes laws. They pass legislation. It does not become law until it gets valid, legal, royal assent. And I do not see how any Governor-General or Governor appointed by the titular only Queen of Australia can give valid, legal, royal assent. It is simply not possible. Now, I have here a book that I've had the advantage of. It's Australia the Concealed Colony, done by very smart people, much smarter than a burnt-out old builder like me, I can assure you. And this book is very hard to get now, but this is 25 years of research, and if you can get hold of it and read it, it will set you straight. It's not done by mugs. The people involved in this, there's barristers and QCs, and they are the people that took that High Court case to the Chancery Division in England, and it will put you straight. Now, when I put out this DVD, at the bottom I will have a website where that book is now on the internet. And I strongly urge you to read it, because everything that they say there is backed up with evidence. And lastly, I'd just like to say that there's nothing in this for me. I was a teenager in the late 50s, early 60s, and I believe it was the greatest era to have grown up in Australia. I'm very fortunate to be in that generation, but I also realise that it is my generation that is letting